there's something that I really love about this story. One is what they're saying. Have mercy on us, O Lord, Son of David. Number one, they are recognizing who Jesus is. You have to recognize who Jesus is. Remember what Jesus says to his disciples, who do men say that I am? And there was a lot of different answers. And there still is today. There still is today. There's a lot of different answers. There's a lot of different experiences that people have had with Jesus, and there's a lot of different experiences that people have had just talking about Jesus. But you need to come to a personal place, a personal revelation of who Jesus is. It's what happens to Peter. Jesus says, who do you say that I am? And Peter says, you are Jesus, the Son of God. You are the Messiah. And that's the right revelation. Have a right revelation of who Jesus is. And so they're crying out based on who Jesus is, Son of David, have mercy on us. And then in verse 31, the multitude. How many of you know that the majority is not always right? They're not always right. And they certainly were not here. They warned them that they should be quiet. But look at their reaction. They cried out all the more. See, the enemy wants you to be quiet. He wants you to get so stressed out, so worried, so that you just stop praying, you stop crying out. But it's in that moment that these men cry out, it says, all the more. They cried out all the more, saying, have mercy on us, O Lord, Son of David. Now this word for mercy, that where it says have mercy, that's actually one word in the Greek language. And what it means is to act with mercy or to act with compassion. In other words, what they're saying to Jesus is, Son of David, act with mercy, act with compassion on my behalf. Do something on my behalf. Do something for me. It's okay to pray for yourself. Don't let Little House on the Prairie change your theology about praying for yourself. It's okay to pray for yourself. Look at what Jesus says in verse 32. What do you want me to do for you? He doesn't look at those guys and say, listen guys, don't you know it's selfish to pray for yourself? You should be praying for all these other people in the multitude. Don't pray for yourself. That's not what Jesus' response is. What do you want me to do for you? This is how personal God gets with us. What do you want me to do for you? What can I do for you? And you know what Jesus wants? He wants you to tell him. The Bible says we have not because we ask not. Yeah. So what's the answer? Ask. Ask. Nothing's impossible with God. How many of you believe that? Then let's prove it by asking him for things that are impossible. Nothing's too hard for God. Okay, then let's prove it by asking him to do something that's too hard. We have not because we ask not. So ask. And that's exactly what these men are doing. These two blind men hear the news that Jesus is going to be passing by, so they can't see him, so they begin to yell at the top of their lungs, Jesus, Son of David, have mercy on us. Have mercy. Act compassionately on our behalf. Act with mercy for me. What do you want me to do for you? Jesus says. And they said to him, Lord, that our eyes may be open. So Jesus had compassion and touched their eyes. Look, and immediately. Don't you love that? Bam. Pow. Immediately and suddenly, the God of breakthrough comes through and totally, absolutely changes the dynamics of these two men's lives. blind, can't see, Son of David, have mercy on me. The God of breakthrough comes through, and in a moment's time, everything for these two men radically change. That's the God of breakthrough. It's what God does. It's what He's able to do. Turn your situation around so much so that you don't even recognize it any longer. Come on, how many of you need God to do that for you today? Turn it around, God. Breakthrough, burst forth immediately and suddenly. And I believe that God is able and that He's capable of doing all of that for you. For you. Not for someone else, for you. He wants to do it for you. He wants to show Himself faithful for you.